So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Oh my goodness. Try to take a shower here, guys. Come on, get out of here. Close your eyes.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Good to see y'all out there. My goodness, what a great bunch of people out there on the side chat tonight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I'm just going to go ahead and confront something right now. If you don't already know, we did the fundraiser round 2 for the Scotsman. I said if we reach a certain amount, I wasn't going to drink any more hard seltzer. I'm done with that. I'm tired of being sick after I drink one of those. But I said I would get my hair cut in a mullet style. So anyway, that's what we got. And what was going on, I had my wife do it because she's cut my hair for quite a while. She does a pretty decent job at it. And anyway, we're in the dining room there. She's cutting my hair. She goes, "Hey, I got some conditioner for that thing that you call a beard, on your face." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's been for a while. She's like, you need to do something with that. So she goes, "I got you some conditioner." And she goes, "So I'm going to go ahead and put it on." And so like she's brushing it, putting it on and everything. And anyway, she goes, "This will help fill in like, the bald spots or, fill in light spots and everything. And, just help condition the hair, make it grow better." And I'm like, "Awesome." So she set the timer for 5 minutes. She goes, "Okay, go get in the shower, wash this off and everything." And she used dye instead of conditioner. Yep. So yeah, she got me pretty good though. Anyway, man, so we have an awesome show tonight. Thank you all so much for showing up here. We got a great bunch of people in the green room, and let's just go ahead and bring them all out. All right. Well, up first we have Mr. Bubba Triclops Ballistic. How you doing, buddy? And Bubba is at work. Are we not supposed to say that? Okay, yeah, Bubba's not at work. He's in some some location, but we don't want him getting in any trouble. So he might not be able to talk much, but he's here. Well, you're muted anyhow, so okay. Well, thanks for being here, buddy. And up next we have Mr. Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing all right. Most people probably wish I was muted, but unfortunately my mic works. So, yeah, I'm not at work because, well, I don't believe in that. That's
not anymore.
That's a dirty word around my house. So, yeah, thanks for having me, man. Let's have fun.
All right. Well, glad you could be here, bud. And up next we have Mr. JH586. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Better than I deserve. And I'm telling you, Hillbilly, that's a good look on you, brother. You need to think about keeping it like that.
Well, thank you. You're too kind.
Yeah, I'm counting down till I can retire, Gizzard.
You'll love it.
Yeah, not too far away. I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 years. So the Lord blesses me to stay healthy. Thanks for having me, Hillbilly. Let's go.
All right. Now, if you need my wife to send your wife some of that conditioner, let me know.
My wife has never said to me that thing you call a beard.
Well, yeah, because you actually have a beard. But when you got this, it's like, yeah, that thing you call a beard. Yeah.
She's threatened to cut it off more than once. More than once.
Thanks for being here tonight, Jamie. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Moondog Go. How you
Hey.
doing tonight, buddy?
Very good. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing great.
Well, I'm very envious because I tried to grow a beard once, but it was all patchy and yeah, it wasn't pretty. So I gave up on that a long time ago.
Well, awesome. I totally understand. I know. I mean, trust me. And actually, my youngest son-in-law, he's from the Philippines, and his was patchy too, but he actually put some vitamin stuff or whatever, I don't know, whatever, and actually got his feeling pretty nice. But then
Okay.
service, and he has to shave every day, you know. So
Here's a good excuse then.
yeah. Well, good to have you tonight, brother.
Of course.
Appreciate you
Happy to be
being
here.
here. And up next, we have Garage Guy 879. 879. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Hillbilly, I had a knock on my door about 8 o'clock this morning. I
It
went
wasn't
and
me.
answered. It was Cooter. And he asked me, he said, could you point me in the direction of Ohio? And I'm like, well, you're several states too far south. You got to go back that way. I said, what? Why are you going to Ohio? He said he had a microwave oven he was going to sell to Scotsman for $10. So,
Yeah, you can't put nothing past that feller, man. He
I
ain't
know.
got good directions either.
Well, it's good to see everybody here on the panel. Good to see all those familiar names over in the side chat. And once again, as always, it's Saturday night. Let's have some fun.
You betcha. Yeah, Hasbro, I'm pretty sure that wasn't what was rubbed on there. So I'm surprised you didn't put near on there and just get rid of it. But yeah, defense dad. Yeah, I've always had a full head of hair, brother. I do wear a hat a lot. Oh man, well thanks for being here, Garage Guy. Appreciate it. And up next we have my favorite voice of YouTube, Mr. DJ Play Nice. How you doing tonight, brother?
Rock, I'm doing well. Glad to be here, man. Let's get it started.
Well, awesome. It was over on Brooke Cheney's channel. You and her was over there. Great Start Shooting School. Great show. If you guys don't know that, it comes on 1 hour before this show starts. And I'm sure somebody out there with a 10mm ranch will throw out the link for that. And anyway, go check that out. 1 hour before the show starts. Always a lot of fun. Brooke and DJ's on there, and just great stuff over there. Honestly is. So thanks for being here tonight, DJ.
You got it.
Up next is Mr. Leather Master himself. In my opinion, most definitely, Mr. Mark Thomas. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. Great to be here. Thanks for having me. Just sneaking in here at the last little bit. I'm trying to catch up on the side chat, saying hello to everybody. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a nice night.
Yes, it is. No, there's a Rick Cheney's link out there, guys. Go check that out, guys and gals. Yeah, and Mark, man, he makes such good leatherwork holsters and everything. He's so good, he can just like make a left-handed one without even thinking about it. I mean, just bam, just automatically comes to him.
Yeah, a mistake becomes a plus.
Oh man, that was great because that's in the you donated that also in the giveaway. And somebody's like, "Well, I'm left-handed." Mark's like, "I got a left-handed one too." That was awesome. It's like that was meant to be, wasn't it, brother?
Yes, it was. They're a little bit of a enigma for some folks. my dad was a lefty, and I really wish that he would have been around long enough that I would have been able to make one for him. He had a real nice 40-foot Blackhawk. I really wish I would have been able to make him a holster.
Oh wow!
But yeah, didn't happen. But it's all been good. I've been enjoying the hell out of making what I'm making. I've been very fortunate that people want to, have something that I can make. So, been a great thing. Been a great ride.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna have to get with you someday. My 357 Magnum, it definitely needs a holster. So one of these days I'll get with you and we'll get that worked out. Hey, there's Cyclops Joe out there. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oh,
A lot of great people out here, man. We will be doing a giveaway tonight, and if you'd like to get entered in that giveaway, make sure you type in hashtag HBN94, and that'll get you entered. And my goodness, 94 of these guns bearing therapies, man. It just creeped up on me, man. I didn't realize we had been doing it that long, or that many shows, but what a great bunch of people. And from the side chat to the panel, it's always so much fun that I look forward to it every Saturday night. And so like, it just, when you're having fun, time just flies by. And so that's what it's been like for me. It's so much fun. And we're going to get to a few things. We got a topic or two. But first of all, I'm going to let Moondog talk about, he's got this awesome giveaway.
I got two.
And yes, two of them now. And there's an entry, but then there's also a bonus entry. Is that right?
Yes, I added a bonus
entry. Tell us
entry.
about it, brother.
Well, it just turned out that I ended up having two giveaways at the same time. I had the night vision goggle giveaway that I planned on for this month, and then I had made arrangements with Discovery Optics to review their new LPVO, which has a unique feature. It has a parallax focus. It's like one of the only LPVOs out there that has a parallax focus. It's a you kind of need it because it's a 1:8, so it's made for longer range than your typical LPVO, and it's got a first focal plane reticle, so that parallax focus is nice. But anyway, they were not sure when they were going to release this, so I said, okay, I'll hold off announcing the giveaway until you launch this, and it just happened that they launched it this month, so I ended up with agreeing to do two giveaways in the same month. So anyway,
awesome.
You guys have double the opportunity to win something, and these are cool night vision goggles. I'm sure everybody wants to have a pair of night vision goggles. Anyway, so these are great. Now, the standard giveaway request that I had for the contest to qualify was to subscribe to my YouTube channel, my new one, which is for my travel videos, which is Moondog Go, which is why I have Moondog with an additional Go in my name tag over here tonight. So if you subscribe to that channel and sent me in a screenshot showing that you've hit that subscribe button, then you qualify for the contest. Or if you follow me on X, if you're on Twitter, you can follow me for an entry. But as it just so happens, my daughter, who's in high school, is her high school choir is planning a trip to New York City to compete in the National Choir Festival at Carnegie Hall. So she's going to be singing in Carnegie Hall. So that's
wow.
Awesome. So,
man, that is a dream, right?
I know. How often do you get to sing in Carnegie Hall? So
awesome.
So she's raising money for that. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll add an extra thing. So if you make a donation to their class trip, whatever it is, I'm not going to make any requirements of that. I've got a link on my website to the donation link. there, and I'll post up a link right now to the contest. I'll add that as a third entry, so you can have up to 3 entries for either of those, either the night vision goggles or the LPVO. So I'm going to just post up here for the LPVO contest. So those are the 2 links to my website, moondogindustries.com/N4 contest if you want the nods, or go to moondogindustries.com/contest for details on how to upload your screenshots for the LPVO. And I'm going to be the deadline to enter is at the end of the month, and I'll figure out when we're going to do the drawing. I'd like to do it live on the 30th, but I'll figure out the logistics of that. So, and you guys, are, everybody on the panels is welcome to put your name in for any of these things as well.
Yeah, and Hillbilly Nation has a great track record of winning your giveaways, and that's awesome that you do a really nice giveaway once a month or so. That's just, and 2 this month. That's awesome. And is the information there on those links how to donate to the school?
There's a link on both of those pages to along with the instructions. Oh, I should mention, I forget which. I think it's for the LPVO. In fact, let me just double check that. But the other one is, I got 2 kids, so for my son, they just announced that they're doing their annual walkathon. So I split it up between the 2. So one of them gets the donations for his walkathon, and my daughter gets the donations for her trip to
Oh no. We lost Moondog for a second. He'll be back. Don't worry, fellers.
Must have hit the wrong button or something.
There you are. We lost you for a second, buddy.
Yeah, I accidentally was trying to click on another tab to see if my page. I accidentally clicked the X on the tab and closed my connection to you guys.
Well, man. Well, that happens. It happens to all of us. So that's awesome. Now, if your son could get his group together with your daughter, they could save some money on the walkathon towards the Carnegie Hall.
Oh, yeah. If they kept on walking to Carnegie Hall. Yeah, it's only 4,000 miles. So imagine all the money they could raise on the walkathon if they walked that far.
Yeah, no kidding.
But you can't.
Be going back to neighbors like, well, you said you do $1 a mile. We just did 3,000 miles. Oh my goodness!
You can't walk to Carnegie Hall. There's only one way to get there. DJ will tell you what that is.
I'm ready
practice.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Yeah, we'll be here all week.
Awesome. Well, we got so many fine folks out there in the side chat. Jamie, would you like to shout everybody out, and would somebody like to put something out there for everybody to type in?
We have a sighting.
Oh, we got a sighting. Looky here. First of all, Mark Thomas, you give us a countdown, brother?
3, 2, 1.
Hey. Mario. Battle Bean.
Mario.
Come on, brother. So, why don't we just type hey in the side chat?
How many E's and Y's do you need for that?
So, type hey out there in the side chat, and Jamie will call your name out.
Yeah,
and look at him go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll start with Mario's. Obviously, Mario's here, so you can see Mario out there. And let me back up here. So we got Hasbro is out there. Jacob S. Garage Guy 879 is on the panel in the side chat. We got Ozzy Osbourne's out there. Moondog Go is on the panel as well. So is Gizzard Gary, and the Scottish American is out there. Dwayne 7834. 3 Jeep Discovery DJ Play Nice is also on the panel, and then the side chat Guns and Barbecue is out there. William Hall Woods, Fluffy 10mm Jeep Guy, Dale Pogue, Tactical Fud, Duffer 426, Dwayne 7834, Tim S. Hey buddy, what's going on? Lead Mining 44 is out there, and Alaska One Andy, and I think that's all.
Still need washed. They're downstairs in the garage.
My
So,
goodness.
Quick personal thing for me. Lead Mining 44, would you send me an email, please, sir? I can't find it, man. I just can't find it. And
Yeah,
that's
that
why.
happens, don't it?
Yeah, that's why it's important if you get drawn to win a prize to email Hillbilly or myself or whatever, because somebody gets into our computers and deletes our emails.
Yeah, and I mean it's so easy. I don't know about you guys, but I got a lot of emails, and it's so easy for them to get shuffled around or maybe tossed over to spam. You don't even know it, or just covered up. And anyway, so yeah, Jamie has a great point. Just go ahead and do that confirmation email and say, "Hey, I won. This is what I won." Sure helps out a bunch. So anyway, yeah, guys, go over and check out Moondog's giveaway. And support his kids there in school if you feel led to help them out. And speaking of that, like my granddaughter, they were over last night, 3 of the grandkids, and she goes, "Papa, we got some candy bars that we're selling for band." I'm like, "Oh man!" I was like, "Awesome!" I'm like, "You got some caramel? What do you got?" And she goes, "Yeah." I was like, "How much are they now? Like $20 a piece?" She goes, "Oh no, they're only $2." I'm like, $2? I think they were higher than that when I was in school. And she goes, "Yeah." And so she got in her backpack, pulled out the box, held up. It's like a 1/2 inch wide, or maybe an inch wide, but they are a good 1/2 inch thick and maybe 6 inches long. I'm like, "That's not a candy bar." I was like, "Ones we sold in school, they were big." I was like, "It'd take you days to eat them." But yeah, at least the price didn't go too high on them. I figured they're going to be $20 a piece or something ridiculous, but that wasn't too bad. But yeah, it's always good, and I love supporting kids that's if they're raising stuff or whatever the case might be, because I believe it teaches them responsibility. To get those orders in, to talk to people first of all, get those orders in, and then take care of the money, and get it delivered to the school, the proper teacher or whatever, and then deliver. So most usually this is, it's a several step situation. And I think it's great to get those kids prepared for life because, hey, that's, that happens, and
Now, who makes the chocolate in your neck of the woods? Out here, when they're doing the fundraiser chocolates, it's made by World's Finest Chocolate.
Yeah, right. Actually, right here.
Oh, so it is the same.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that company must just hit all the schools up.
Yeah,
huh?
national. Must be totally
They sell
national.
them here in southwestern Virginia as well, same brand. I love the
Oh,
wafer.
yeah?
I love the chocolate wafers.
Yeah, actually, I believe this one is the Yeah, this is the chocolate wafer.
Yeah,
So,
my favorite.
But you're
well,
right;
she
they've
got
gotten smaller than I remember.
yeah, she got me because we paid. I didn't know my wife had already bought like 10 of them from her, and so they were gonna leave, and it's between Georgia Shooting Connection and Gizzard Show. And I stepped outside there in a minute because I'd seen her mom and dad pull up, and I was like, oh, give them hugs and stuff real quick. And she goes, "You gonna buy any candy bars?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "Amy, get some?" She goes, "Well, she wanted some of the ones that like caramel and almond. We don't have those in yet, but I want to get those to her and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, well, give me like three of them or whatever you got." So she pulled some out, and anyway, I had a $10 bill, and I'm like, I don't have change. She goes, "You can tip too." Like, oh, okay. All right. Well, here's $10 then. So yeah, I mean they're learning,
Yeah, they are.
But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, she got me on that. And then I walked back in. My wife's like, "I already bought a bunch of those and also ordered some of the others." And I'm like, "She did not tell me that." What a great salesman.
She's learning fast.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So we do have some topics tonight. I thought this would be, I don't know, kind of interesting because I have a few these that like I don't actually own any of these right now. I mean, I kind of do, but it's something I've been thinking about getting. And so what the topic is what backpack rifle or compact survivor rifle do you like? And would you like to have, do you have an opinion one, over the other? But like, what one would you like to have? So, what I'm thinking in this situation is like you're going backpacking, or you might have a to-go bag or whatever, and yeah, you're probably going to have a pistol or whatever. But I'm talking about even if it's just a single shot, take apart, whatever, something that can be thrown in a backpack and something that like you could, if you're up in the mountains or out in the woods or wherever, that you could shoot maybe a little farther, a little more steadier than you could a pistol to get some food on the table. So that's kind of what I'm looking at and stuff. And so anyway, Gizzard, we'll just start with you, brother.
I don't, excuse me, I don't currently own one. What I do own is the micro conversion kit. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but you can put like a Glock 17 or Glock 19 in there, and it's basically a frame with a folding brace,
Arm brace.
arm brace. It's not a stock. It's an arm.
Yeah.
And let's make that perfectly clear. But it does have a Picatinny rail on top and stuff like that. You can mount sides to it. It's surprisingly effective. Being able to hold it with two hands like that, you can get a good aim. Put a good dot or whatever you want to on there, and that's kind of handy. If I could, I've been thinking about getting one of those Henry survival rifles too.
Mm-hmm.
Those things, I don't know why. I hear they don't shoot worth a flip and all that stuff. I just want one.
Yeah, the other thing is, I think the mount for an optic is kind of hard to. A friend of mine has one. He's having a hard time. It's got a really thin top rail. I don't know if it's a Weaver or something. So if if you're old, got old eyes like many of us, we need a little bit better than a dot. So, but even putting like a 4-power scope is a kind of requirement on any rifle for me now.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, good stuff. So Bubba, if you can talk, go ahead and chime in, buddy. And if you can't, we understand, and we'll just jump on past you.
As far as a gun for backpacking or anything like that, anything of that nature, you've always got the well, not the Hatfields, but what's the other company that makes breakdown ones? Emperor Firearms, I think, makes one. Pax makes one, and then there's the New England Firearms makes a couple of them that you can fold up pretty well and backpack around with. And I've never had a problem out New England Firearms, so they're pretty decent. Uh, but you can't really beat, a good old pistol anyway. But let's see. I just
Yeah.
lost my train of thought, guys. That's about as far as I can go tonight.
Well, that's fine, buddy. Yeah. I didn't I'll have to check out the New England firearm ones too. And good stuff, buddy. So Jamie, we'll drop down to you. And I don't know if they make any of those on a Smith & Wesson 357, but
Yeah, that's kind of what I would stick with. Would probably be my one of my 357s and my Rossi 92, like Woods says. But think about this, guys. They make these things like Woods also says he really likes his 20-inch Mossberg 500.
yeah.
And Hasbro's talking about the Ruger 1022. All those are great options. You can buy these Hatfield shotguns at Walmart, and they'll fold all the way over, and you throw them in a backpack. And they're like $100, $110. I don't know if they're any count or not. Probably not. But think about this. What if you got a gun like that, or any single action shotgun, because a single barrel shotgun, because you can just take it apart. Of course, you got your sidearm with you as well. It'll be easy to carry. But you can get shotgun barrel inserts in a whole lot of different calibers. Now, whether or not they're going to shoot worth a flip or
Yeah.
or if they're just going to be noisemakers or whatever. But think about, what if you had one that could shoot like 30-30 or 223, and you could put that in your shotgun and take your shotgun all apart, and you still got your sidearm and you got your shotgun. You take the insert out, you got your shotgun. Interesting concept.
Well, doesn't Rossi make a little single shot 410, 445 Colt?
They do, called the Brawler.
Yeah, I don't know. Does it? I don't know if it breaks apart. But it's a breakover. Single shot. But
yeah, it's got to be. It's got to.
Yeah.
They got a couple of them actually. There's they've got 2 or 3 different breakdown ones now that just came out with. It's actually chambered in 223. There's one chambered in 357, one in 44 mag, one in 45 Colts in 410, one in
oh wow,
350 Legend. Oddly enough.
Oh man,
which I've been looking at, and it comes with a threaded barrel. So if you want to have a little fun with it, anyway. And they also have one in 8.6 blackout, which I thought was very interesting. It's a 16-inch barrel and with 8.6 blackout. And 8.6 blackout is a 1 in 3 twist, so that's pretty gnarly. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, thanks for letting us know. I know that little Rossi 410, it's pretty lightweight. It comes in under 3 pounds, and so hopefully the higher calipers got a little bit more weight to them. Maybe, I don't know.
And we got a friend that can make you a holster for one.
For sure.
I've got.
I think the average weight. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Bubba. I've got the 45 Colt 410 Rossi Brawler. There's nothing to it. It's lightweight. It'll shoot No problem.
The new ones though, I believe their weight comes in at about maybe 5.5 pounds, give or take a few, depending on what type of stock you get with it. Because you can get them in wood, I've been hearing, but the synthetic stock, I think it's 4.75 pounds to 5, I believe. If it doesn't shave off that much, but they're fairly easy to break down too. It's like one bolt, pull out, and then put it back in. GG.
So one of the guys in the side chat was talking about William Hall asked, "Is there anything in a 10 millimeter or similar for bear country?" And my thought kind of runs like Hasbro's. He's just going to take his Ruger 454 Casull, and yeah, it's like if you've got a 454 Casull or a 44 Magnum, I don't think you have a need for a 10 millimeter. Just my thoughts. Anyway, carry on.
All right, we'll go on over to Garage Guy.
Well, somebody there a few minutes ago in a side chat mentioned a Ruger 1022 takedown. I would get one with the synthetic furniture on it and the stainless barrel. They've been around for a good while now, and they just work. Very little problems with them. And around here in my part of the Appalachians, you do have some black bears, but usually if they don't have cubs around and you get near one, they'll turn around and go the other way. You can't always be too careful though, but other than a black bear, there really isn't nothing much here that's going to come at you. It'd be great for small game, but if it's just backpacking and you're spending a few hours on a trail somewhere, 1022 takedown would be a pretty decent option.
Yeah, it definitely would. And the Rossi I was trying to think of, other than the Brawler, was the
Tuffy.
Tuffy. Yeah, the Tuffy.
They make one now. I think it's got a 16 or 18-inch barrel, 410 and 45 Colt version come out here not too long ago. A little bit bigger than the Brawler, but longer barrel.
Yeah. So good stuff, buddy. So DJ, we'll go on over to you, buddy.
Well, I do not have a takedown or survival rifle. The one I would get is the Savage 42. It's basically the M6 survival rifle. So you got 22 on top and 410 underneath. I do not believe it's rated to go ahead and take long Colt in that 410. But like Jimmy was pointing out, and it is it's a break it in half, basically, take down in half kind of thing. Those inserts, I've seen them around. They're a little pricey, but it's not a bad idea to have, particularly depending on what your application for use is. So don't have one. Don't know if I'm going to be picking one up soon, but Savage 42 would be my choice.
Wow, good one. Yeah, definitely be a good one, no doubt about that. And Ezra says, "Don't you got mountain lions up there?" Well, awesome. So Mark Thomas, we'll drop on down to you, brother.
I can't recommend the Brawler enough. 45 Colt 410. You can put anyone in that. It'll do it.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. And so we're down to you, Moondog.
Well,
I know you have the Keltec. Does it break down, or would that be?
Oh yeah, it folds in half.
Yeah,
I got it as a backpack. Go. You could stuff it underneath your car seat if you needed to evacuate. And I had that in mind if I ever had to, because I'm in earthquake country, so You know,
Mhm.
having to I was navigate through and evacuate myself and my family. So I picked that because it stows away pretty darn small, and it's a 9. So and cross compatible with sorry Bubba, my Glock, and
Yeah. Mhm.
in terms of mags and ammo.
Blasphemy.
But I also have the Ruger 1022 takedown, stainless with, and I put it on a Magpul backpacker. So they do make Magpul makes a great stock for the takedown that the different parts lock into each other. So um, it's designed so that you can backpack with it. And the stock has a special trapdoor compartment that you can that's sized so you can put in I believe three 1022 magazines inside of there, plus the bottom of it where essentially the grip is, has a compartment that you can also put in like little tools or what have you. So I stuff in a uh, a barrel snake in there as well,
Oh yeah.
along with a spare coin battery for my red dot. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's ready to go. The only thing I don't like about the takedown is there you just got to be mindful in terms of, because it has that point in terms of your point of uh your point of impact can shift a bit depending on how you rest the rifle. And I really wish I think I forget who, Volkortson or somebody else makes an accurized front barrel for it, where it has the Picatinny rail attached to the barrel, so you don't have to deal with that point of impact shift, point of aim shift. But yeah, that's the only thing I have to be mindful when I'm shooting that thing long distance. But I do like the idea of a 1022 as a backpack survival rifle, only because you can carry so much more ammo. If I was hunting, I unless I'm worried about the cougars in the mountains, where I'm
Yeah.
backpacking, I'd rather go after smaller game that's easier to skin and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. And I believe Smith and Wesson kind of makes a similar deal of the Kel-Tec. I
Yeah, the
see. I
side
believe
ones.
it folds sideways instead of over the top. I believe. Yeah.
Can
And
I can I extrapolate from this real quick?
Mhm.
yeah.
So one of the other cool things that came out with Kel-Tec, even though Kel-Tec, I'm pretty sure, are 1980s like movie executives, in that they snow the White Alps quite a bit whenever they come up with designs. The new Gen 3 Kel-Tecs actually no longer fold on top of each other. It actually rotates when you go to fold in the new Gen 3 styles. So
Yeah, I
they
wish
did
I.
learn a thing or two. And Kel-Tec is one of the few companies that whenever a consumer says something about it, like, I wish they do this, I wish they do that, Kel-Tec will at least be like, let's do that. And one of the other cool things about the Kel-Tec Sub 2000 is it doesn't just come in 9mm. You can get that in 40 Smith and Wesson. If it's not stout enough for you for the 10 mil, you can run to the 40. I really wish they would come out with a 10 mil in that, because I would buy a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 in a heartbeat if it was in 10mm, in a heartbeat, like
Yeah.
That's the
absolutely.
one thing that everybody's been asking for, that they still haven't come out with.
Yeah. And hey, Mark Thomas, I believe this question's to you, not anybody else on the panel. You make a dagger holster?
I suppose I could.
Wow. Well, we definitely could get you in touch with Mark. Mark, would you like to, you care to put out your email or something out there in case somebody'd like to talk to you about that, brother?
Well,
Or tell them where they can get a hold of you, or
it's mtones at or Black Jeep. Sorry,
yeah.
Black Jeep 0623 at Gmail.
All right.
That Smith and Wesson you was talking about, Hillbilly, I think that's called the FPC.
I don't remember what the name of it is. But,
Yeah, it was something like FPC, I think, and
It stands for
Bubba's,
folding pistol carbine.
yeah,
okay.
and Bubba was talking about the Gen 3 Kel-Tec carbine. The reason they went and made it to where it rotated instead of fold it back is if you got a red dot optic or something on it, then that way, it doesn't interfere with that. That's a really good evolution of that carbine.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had that version because I have to I have to put my red dot on a QD, and so it's never going to be exactly back to zero every time I put it on.
Yeah, that that could be a problem. Another one I was thinking about is the Chiappa. If anybody had or shot any of those, because they were that's what they were designed for. The Chiappa, like 22 and stuff like that, 22 mag, I believe, and I don't remember what all calipers they have. Because I know, like, I believe if I can remember right, like the stock is kind of skeletized and
Yeah.
stuff, and they have places like to hold some ammo and stuff. And I actually thought about getting one of those at one point, and I just never did. But I was just curious if anybody had a Chiappa out there. And
All the single shot 22s, those little cricket rifles would be
cricket,
perfect for
yeah.
that as well. A
That's
lot of
good
the old timers around here back in the day, when they'd go coon hunting during the night, they'd take a little cricket, little single shot with them, and they're going through these hollows and across the mountains, and the dogs would tree a coon, they just put the round in there and just shine a light up on a raccoon and just pop it.
Mm-hmm. And actually, one of the old revolvers I have, it's 22 revolver, and it's actually called the Trapper because that's what it was used for. Is let people go trapping or whatever, and they needed to needed one shot or whatever, they had it. So
Mhm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't mean to keep on talking all the time. I didn't think I was actually going to talk tonight, but I'm pretty sure is it Heritage or Henry that makes the little Badger ones that fold up, the small
yeah, the
ones
little
like a
Badger,
wire stock? Yeah, that's another one that I've been told are actually really good. So I don't know.
yeah, that's Isn't it Chiappa, the little Badger?
I think Chiappa.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Barbecue's saying every time I say calipers in place of caliber, everybody needs to do a shot. I don't think everybody could get through that. Oh man. Okay, defense that says I have a backpack that's designed to hold a 16-inch AR broken down. That's cool.
What kind of
Well,
comment's that?
I don't know. Anyway, so anyway, guys, get your hashtag in HBN94 and get you entered in the giveaway. And we'll do that here at the bottom of the hour. And so anyway, I also want to take a moment to tell everybody thank you that was involved with Scotsman's giveaway. The donations that come in, the people that donated prizes for that and stuff. That's awesome. It was a great deal for a great person. And I want to thank you guys so much. And even if you didn't have anything extra to send, you guys, were on the show supporting it that way, and and helping spread the word. So everybody had a hand in it, and I just want to thank you all so much. It was greatly appreciated. And still want to keep him in your prayers, that it gets better and not have to have surgery and all that stuff, that everything will go good for him. So anyway, anybody got anything to talk about or to say? I want to get the next banner ready, but we have just a few seconds or a minute. Oh, real quick, I know Jamie said, I want to say something about this right here earlier in the back chat.
We're going to talk about football.
Well, you said I'd like to say you'd like to talk about football for a minute. So.
Yeah, the state of college football it's a changing landscape, man. Let me tell you something. I'm a big time college football fan, and everybody knows it. And yes, I'm emotionally involved and emotionally attached to my Georgia. All right, this is the thing. So, since when did Texas and Oklahoma get to be in the southeastern part of the United States? I mean, I'm just asking. But why does the Big Ten have 18 schools in there now, and the Big 12 has
16?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And the Pac-12 is pretty much
the Pac-2.
Yeah, it's non-existent anymore, and I think there's going to be some stuff going on. Now, it's an exciting time because you got this 12-team playoff at the end of the year, so everybody is going to be relevant longer in the season. So, like used to, if you lost early in the year, you were pretty much done. If you had to be I know Hasbro, Big Ten sold out for dollars. Yeah, it's all about the money. And it's about money, and it's about having fans interested in their teams longer during the year. But that is about the money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember when the Southeastern Conference was 10 teams. I mean, there was Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi State, and LSU, always
Kentucky.
LSU, and Kentucky.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's time Vanderbilt take a dump or get off the pot. They're going to have to start winning some football games, or they need to go to a different conference. And I hate to be like that, and they're probably not the only one either. I think South Carolina needs to turn it around and get going. And but South Carolina hasn't always been in the Southeastern Conference like Tennessee and Georgia and Kentucky and Alabama. And, Texas and Oklahoma used to be in the Southwest Conference.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're in the Southeast. And Missouri, I'm like, what? Did y'all move where the states are? Or y'all just taking the money and, all right, this is the thing. It's always happened, but now we're even more bold about it. We call it NLI, or NIL. Name, image, and likeness. We're just out and out blatantly paying college football players to come to our schools now. I mean, that's always happened. We just didn't tell anybody, right? Because if you got caught doing that, you'd get suspended and all that. But anyway, I think, I don't know, Gary. I thought, they were in the Big 12.
Yeah, they were Big 12, Big 8 before that. So
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, here's an even worse example. California is now in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Say that again.
California is now in the Atlantic Coast Conference. They beat Auburn today. So is Stanford. And then a school out of Texas, out of Dallas, Southern Methodist, SMU, Atlantic Coast Conference. I mean, that is a far cry from Myrtle Beach or Charlotte.
Right. Your school could literally be on the fault line, about to fall in the Pacific Ocean, and you can still join the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yes.
You got enough money.
California's just waiting until the entire state falls off of the U.S. and floats around South America and comes over to the East Coast. That's what they're waiting for.
So it's a government. We need to be praying for the folks in Kentucky, y'all. There's a situation going on up there on a highway somewhere. Plus the fact Georgia goes to play in Lexington next week. So y'all be praying for the folks in Kentucky. So DJ wanted to say something.
I was just say Nebraska when I began to watch and listen to college football, Nebraska was in the Big 8. Then, I mean, that lasts from 64 for 30 years, 64 to 94. Then we bailed because others did. They were restructuring everything. Now we're the Big 12. We were that for, I don't know, and it changed not that long ago. Now we're in the Big 10. And you're talking about Atlantic Coast Conference having California teams in it. We play 2 California teams, UCLA and USC, but we also play Maryland. I mean, we're stretched to both sides of the country, but the majority of the teams are here in the Midwest. We picked up like Michigan, Indiana, those states. So I kind of wish it was more regional ball than like I remember it being. And that's not because I don't like change. It's because, well, one of the things was it was easier for a young man to learn and follow along with, and you kind of felt like you had a stake in it. There was some state pride that was in there beyond what we should feel, or many of us do feel anyway. So that rivalry thing. I mean, Gary lives south of me. Hillbilly lives down there by, to the south, southeast of me kind of thing. So those are rivalries that were around for a while. Not the Mizzou thing. I get it historically, but yeah, I kind of wish it was back to some more regional settings and that there weren't some of the reasons, of course, that those things were done, and money being the big one of them.
All about the money, ain't it, baby?
Television markets. Big Ten got Maryland because of the Baltimore, D.C., Richmond television market.
Good point.
They got Rutgers, which historically hasn't really been that good at football because of the New York, New Jersey television market. That's all that is.
Yeah, well, we had a school or college here in Springfield, and it is Southwest Missouri State University. Been like that my entire life. Well, in the early 2000s, they made it to the Sweet 16. There were some people in Missouri threw a fit. I mean, they literally was ahead of Mizzou and all the other Missouri colleges. This little town, with a college, and they petitioned and threw a fit. Got their name changed to Missouri State University. They did not want, Southwest Missouri, because then that would, show where it's at or whatever. You know what I mean? They went changed to Missouri State University, and they got it done. Man, that just kind of, I don't know. It's like I think money and donors have a lot to do with stuff. And then also where people live at, they're like, oh, I want, this conference is like, sucking. We need to go to another conference, where we can bring in better money and, something we can be proud of. And I think don't you guys think it all boils down to money and, pride, I guess, maybe? I don't know.
Money more than pride sounds like.
Probably.
Well, like the team Georgia played Tennessee Tech today, and we know why. And it wasn't because Georgia wanted the money. It was so that this is what Kirby said. Their coach was complaining about having to come to Athens to play the number one ranked team in the country and them being Tennessee Tech. And they're like, it's hard coming in here. He said, we'll have players hurt. We'll be banged up for a month or two after this. And, it's just rough to come in here and get beat up on like that. And then they asked Coach Smart about it at his press conference, and he says, what's the matter? Do they not want the check like that? Because they'll get well over $1 million for coming to Athens and playing this football game. So then Kirby went on to say, look, one of the reasons we play teams like that is because we need to support college football at every level, especially at the lower levels when they're having a tough time sustaining their program. And if we can do that to help people, that's what we're going to do, to help grow college football, period. And that's how he put it. And I agree, and I think that's also why when you look at Georgia's record against those top teams, very rarely does Georgia – all right, in the last 10 games, Georgia has failed to cover the Vegas spread or the sportsbook spread 9 out of those 10 games. And I think it's because pretty much after the first half, a little bit into the third quarter, we've got the second and third string in there playing and getting some experience on the field. And plus it gives these teams money to help support their program. And in other words, I think some teams have mercy on these type schools, and I think other teams don't.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
When you look at a score of 79-3, why? Life ain't got to be like that. And here's another thing, and then I'll shut up. Y'all pressing my buttons here. There's one constant in life. The only one certain thing in life is change. It's a constant. Now, human nature is to avoid change. We don't want anything to be different. We're creatures of habit, right? We want to get up. We want our house shoes right there by the bed. We want our coffee, done the way we want it done. All this crap. So, we resist change. Change is inevitable, but the change needs to be for good, for progress. Change just to have change is going to get fought back against at every turn. And that's just human nature. So if change is inevitable, you got to make it for progress. It got to be for the good. And we're still going to push back a little bit, but we can accept it better when it's for the good. And I'm hoping that these changes in football and college football is, it's just, I know, Scotsman. One of the things I'm passionate about is Jesus and my college football. Of course, family, but
Well, I want to say hello to Tennessee Goddess. She's over on the Rumble. Thank you very much. Good to see you on there. Appreciate it as always. And then Wood says hillbillies in the pockets of college game day. Oh man. Then we got Thorzak jumped in. Go ahead, buddy.
I was just going to say, Jamie, I think that part of sportsmanship is putting in second and third string players. I think that is a way to build college football. I think that is a way that you show some respect for the other team instead of, running up into 70 plus points to 0 or to 3 or something like that. And I've been in the stands and I've heard people talking back in the, in the Osborne, the Devaney era, the era where our coaching staff made sure that if we were up sometimes even 20, if it was 21-0, we were going to put in our second string quarterback. We were going to give somebody the extra snaps. We were going to allow those athletes to develop with game time play instead of leaving people in for injury's sake. You'd see the first three guys, first three linemen roll off sometimes in the second quarter, in the second half as well. And I remember somebody having to explain that to me when I was little, like, yo, keep going. Why don't they keep going? Kind of thing. But that is part of sportsmanship. That is part of respect and pride in your players and faith that they are going to do something for you that college athletes are doing, remember, as student athletes, not as paid individuals.
Well,
that's important.
Any good coach or program knows that it don't matter if it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever the case might be. You can have a good number of great players there in the front deal. But what makes a great program is when you're deep. You have people that come off the bench 2 or 3 depths down that can step up and play. And that, I cannot believe to keep, an A string or whatever you want to call it in those situations, because you're hurting yourself as a program, because you have, next year's players, the following year's players, they need some snaps, they need to run some drills, and you build that organization deep, and that's what makes a great program, regardless of what sport it is. And so I don't have any respect for a program that does that, that just tries to run up the score on something.
Well, back in the era when the national champion was picked by a group of sports writers, back before there was even a 4-game playoff, that what they'd try to do is they would put the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country against each other in a bowl game, and then that's how things went back then. So back in that era, it was pretty much imperative that you run the score up on everybody you could. Because you got to impress those sports writers and those to vote for you for number 1 team. But and I think in the format we're in now, that's not as important. And then certainly in the 12-game format, which we'll get to at the end of this football season, I think you're going to see that I think teams with 2 losses are going to be in there.
Well, I honestly have not agreed with the scoring program of college football for a long time. I don't think it's a fair setup. And, you get one team, they lose one game, they're completely out of the top 20. And you get another team, they'll lose one and drop, 2 points. And it's all I don't think the math is right in that situation. And I just never have.
Well, I felt like we got a little bit out of touch last year. We went undefeated. Alabama had 1 loss and almost lost to Southern Florida. Then they beat us in Atlanta for the Southeastern Conference Championship by a field goal, and then they go to the 4-team playoff, and we don't.
Exactly.
You had Florida State, who was an undefeated team. You put a 1-loss Alabama team in above an undefeated
Mhm.
FSU, who went undefeated and won their conference championship.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. The math just doesn't add up. I mean, I've always been a numbers person, and and that's I'll just have to say this right now. I love college football, but I love college basketball even more because you can take a little bitty college that ain't got 1,000 students, and they have every opportunity to make it to the Final Four as a big college does. And I wish they could do that for the football program.
Yeah.
They're letting
Yeah,
schools that size in D1.
Pardon?
Well, Jamie, last year, Oregon was another good example. The only team they lost to all year was Washington. And
Except they lost twice to Washington, though.
by field goal each time, last year was the best case for an 18 playoff.
Yeah. Look what happened to Florida State when they didn't get picked for the 14 playoff, even though they were undefeated and won their championship, their league championship. They didn't get picked for the Final Four. They got Alabama in place at Florida State.
Yeah.
Once they didn't get picked, their best players jumped ship. We've done all we can do. We have beat every team they put in front of us, and they still won't let us in the championship. All their kids get gone. They play Georgia and I think it was the Orange Bowl and get absolutely drug up and down the field. And and now they're 0-2 this year. And it's a sad situation. That caused a good team, a historically good team, to be gutted. And that cannot happen.
I totally agree with you.
So as always, I'm the odd man out. I don't have much to say about football or sports in general because I genuinely do not like sports. Let me rephrase that. I don't like to watch sports. If I'm actually going to play a game, I'll enjoy it. Good old-fashioned football game out in the yard or something like that, or out in the field, or when I was in school and stuff like that.
It's gonna be flagged, buddy.
Yeah, they don't allow me. Look, I did play football when I was in high school, and I loved playing football, but I cannot stomach watching it.
Was Gary going to say something?
Well, I was going to answer Hillbilly's question,
Yeah.
which was, I don't think schools that have 1,000 students are qualified for a Division I tournament. Would be you got to be such a big enough school to qualify for the Division I. Otherwise, you play in the Division II tournaments.
Yeah, and when I said 1,000 students, I don't know how many students Southwest Missouri State University had in like 2000 or 2001 it was, but they are not a very big college at all. And, they lost out on the Sweet 16, but, they had the same opportunity as a big school that had a lot of money. And so I don't know. You're right. I don't know where the breaking point is, but I do know that college is not a big college at all.
They've got an enrollment of 24,163.
Now. Yeah. But
as of 2020.
Oh, that's in 2020? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know exactly what their number count was, but I just know their campus is not big and, real big, and that they didn't have a whole lot of students, compared to a lot of other big schools. And so, thanks for correcting me on that.
Well, Hillbilly, I know this is an example. Sorry, Gary. I know that this is an example where it was a high school team, but you had me thinking about Hoosiers and that team from Hickory, make it, the underdog, the tiny town team kind of thing. And I went to a small town high school, and the few couple times that we made it into state playoffs in football, as small as we were, those are glory days. Those are ones that people still talk about, and we didn't go much of anywhere in that. So yeah, in a school that only saw state championships in like wrestling and track kind of thing, it had to be the individual sports. It was great to be able to get to those playoffs. We drove across the damn state in a phalanx of buses to get to those early playoffs games. It was great. And that kind of turnout for a small town. It might be when you roll through a small town, oftentimes you will see on the way into town a sign that says, football champions 1971 or baseball, 1952 or something. And so it's like the sun does shine on the dog's ass, and it does on a small town team. And they have to hold that up as the glory days where the sun radiated down upon every member and every dog kind of deal. So yeah, I like this conversation we're having, because I don't really, I'm kind of like Bubba, although I'm not quite as big a misanthrope about the whole every competition. And I did enjoy playing more the sports that I did in high school than I do watching nearly any damn one of them. But yeah, I don't get the opportunity to talk sports very often. Kind of interesting doing that on a kind of like hanging out with a firearms guy chat, right? On a Saturday night. I dig it. Thanks for making space for this conversation, Hillbilly.
Well, you remember that? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like I said, Mara says, well, you say you have a gun channel. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's kind of what I call it. And she's like, nah, you really don't have a gun channel. She goes, you're all over the place. And I'm like, hey, whatever, what everybody enjoys, it don't matter. We'll talk sports, we'll talk music, we'll talk hot rods. It don't matter. We're here to have a good time. And that's it. That's what Guns, Beer, and Therapy is about. And so go ahead, Garage Guy.
He mentioned the movie Hoosiers, and there was one part of that movie I remember in particular. Right before the state championship game, the announcer said the name of the school was Hickory. The team was called the Huskers, and they were playing South Bend. And the announcer said South Bend with an enrollment of 2,800 versus the Hickory Huskers with an enrollment of 64. That was in the movie. And he's talking about these small towns having their glory days, Back then, they didn't have classifications, like up to 500 students would be Group 1A, and then 500 to 1,000 would be 2A, and so on.
Well, I know that like in 1987, I graduated with the biggest graduating class of my school of 32 students, and that was the fourth year that we went to state in baseball.
Wow!
32 students in the graduating class.
That's huge.
Yeah. So I love a fair playing field, I guess is what I'm saying.
And that's easier to accomplish in basketball because it takes fewer players.
Yeah.
Well, we was in baseball, but that's
baseball too.
Yeah.
And equipment. I mean, all of the, your pads, your helmets, everything else.
Yeah. Well, we had the only reason we had stuff for the catcher and stuff is we had a booster club. That's it. I mean, we got the sell concessions during the baseball games and stuff, and part of that money went to the booster club and some donors, and so and that is it was I just love to see kids, and when I say that, from whatever age up to college, whatever the case might be, and then you get into pro, being able to have an opportunity, regardless of their background, regardless of anything else, their school size, have an opportunity to, and baseball, we call it, making it to the show, I mean, getting that, glory day, as DJ would call it and stuff. And so, I just love that. And I'm sorry, Garage Guy, you had some?
Oh, I already said it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It is time for the giveaways, guys. Tonight we are giving away the Skinny Blue knife. That is what is going on for the night, and we had retired the Skinny Black knife, but we got the Skinny Blue knife, and I know maybe people said, "Well, why are you always giving away these skinny knives?" On this channel. If you've not won one, they're pretty doggone good. They're handy, even if it's just open your mail or your Amazon boxes or whatever the case might be. They hold a good edge. They're lightweight. And and Moo brought this to attention a long time ago. There's both. Yeah, it is. They do have, some people call this a glass breaker. Moo called that a icebreaker to break up ice for his drinks, and so it is useful. So anyway, we'll do that giveaway because some of these people might want to go to bed, and make sure you get the hashtag in, fellers, guys and girls. When I say fellers or guys, I mean, I hope everybody understands that it's just a group of people, I'm not, that's just how I've been brought up. Y'all, but anyway.
That's why I say fellers and fellerettes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're correct on that. And no doubt about that. Gizzard's got a tag out there. There's a few people in the chat that might know what that is.
Will that work?
Yeah. I love it, but it will not get you into the giveaway.
That's all right. Give everybody else a better chance of winning.
All righty. So make sure you get your hashtag in, and Bubba, you've missed a few weeks. You've been busy working stuff, so if you can, would you like to do the countdown for the giveaway?
Well, yeah, sure. I ain't done it in a while, huh? Let's see here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 23, 36, 49, 126, 2, 1. Spin that wheel, brother.
You count like I do, buddy.
Michael Dunn.
Michael Dunn. Congratulations, buddy. If you're out there to say something, you do have to be present. Talk to us, Michael.
So while you're waiting for Michael, I do want to point out that whole, if you enter last in the text chat, that you're going to end up the winner on the wheel. It didn't work for me this week.
There's Michael Dunn.
I see him.
All right.
Congratulations.
Michael is out there. So, Michael, if you wouldn't mind, email me at AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com and give me your address, brother, and I will get that sent right out to you. I'm writing it down right now.
Hillbilly, it just hit me. If your hair was blonde, that'd be Vanilla Ice.
Oh, no.
Just do us a favor and please do not start rapping.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you don't want to hear country rap because there's a shorter word for that.
Good one, dude.
I don't know. Maybe Keeter can do some of that. I don't know. That's out of my league.
Oh man, Michael's in the hospital, y'all.
Ah, buddy.
Dang, dude.
So sorry to hear that.
No.
Last night, he wasn't feeling good.
What?
He also won last night on the deal, and bless his wife stepped in for him, on the deal. It's like, yeah, he's here. He's not feeling good. And
What did Michael Dunn win?
he won Gene's giveaway.
He won Gene's Republic Ammo $100 gift certificate.
Yeah. Well, guys, keep Michael in your prayers, because since I've known Michael on here for probably close to a good year and a half, he started having problems where he was having trouble swallowing his food. And there for a while, he's had to eat his food in a blender, or, that type of food. And, I know he's been to the doctor several times and all that. So, guys, keep the fella in your prayers, man. That's gotta stink. I mean, man. Sorry to hear that, buddy, but we'll get that. I'll get that sent right out to you, and
Hopefully that helps
appreciate
him
you.
feel better.
Yeah, I hope you got to have a speedy recovery.
Yeah, I'm hoping winning 2 prizes this weekend will take some of the edge out of the hospital food, man.
Yeah, and it says his stomach issues getting worse. Doggone
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, doggone it, man. I hate to hear that. And if you folks don't mind, let's say a quick little prayer for Michael, man. That's, where people come together and pray and agree. That's very powerful. So, dear Heavenly Father, we come to you through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, Son of the living God. And we ask that you put your healing hands upon Michael Dunn and his family, Lord. I know that he's been having issues with this for quite a while. And we just ask that you heal his body, bless him, and help him and his family out to get through this, Lord. We give you all the praise and all the glory, and we thank you in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
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 All right, I'm going to bed. Y'all have fun. Thanks for having me.
You better plug what you need to plug before you get out of here, brother.
I'm going to have a video up as soon as I can, probably 2, and going to meet up with Reloading from the Hot Pot this week, and of course, always Georgia Shooting Connection on Friday nights at 8 o'clock. Man, thanks for having me, dude, and thank y'all for putting up with me. I know I went on my college football rant tonight.
That was great.
I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Hey, it's great. I mean, it's nice just to be able to, get off on some different subjects and, realize that, we support the 2A community and all about the 2A, that's not our entire lives, So I enjoyed it, Jamie. Thanks for doing that.
Well, thank y'all for having me, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your weekend and find somewhere to go to church tomorrow. You'll be glad you did. Good night. Thank you.
Good night, Jamie.
Good night, buddy.
Later on, man.
Guys, go check out Jamie JH586 and Georgia Shooting Connection. Georgia Shooting Connection is their live stream is every Friday night, and it is 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and it comes on right before Giz Gary's Foul Territory, and then following that is Gun Websites to a weekly wrap up. So what a great way to start off the weekend. And so Anyway, Moondog, I think he said you need to get out here.
Yeah, usually Jamie and I have the same reason we have to go. We got church tomorrow. He's preaching, and I'm in the choir of mine. So yeah. So, but thanks for having me on. And I just posted up links for the night vision and for the LPVO giveaway as well. And tomorrow I'm going to be reposting the review on this. I actually posted it up last weekend, but I discovered there was a sound issue for just like, it was like 3 seconds, but I couldn't let it go. So I had to yank the video out. I'd left in another voiceover take on top of another voiceover take. So you hear my voice twice on there. It's like, okay, yeah, I had to take that off. And then you had to go through the whole YouTube approval process to make sure that, meet with their community guidelines on these things. So you'll see the review on the LPVO tomorrow. And I do mention in the LPVO that I am willing to do a drop test on this thing if I get enough comments that you'd like to see the durability test on this thing, because that's the big question about these new LPVOs from these budget optics makers. Like, will it hold zero? Yes, it has, but how durable are they, and how good is their customer service? That's one of the things I'm looking in and trying to find out myself. So again, Hillbilly, thanks for having me on, and everybody, thanks for the good company tonight.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Moondog. Appreciate you. You guys go over there and get entered in Moondog's contest, both of them. And if you have a little extra money, help his daughter and his sons, their school programs. Those are always a great way to, send a few dollars to help out. So anyway,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, buddy. And guys, go check out Moondog Gold, Moondog Industries, and Moondog Travel. He has 3 channels, and they're all awesome. So,
all right. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, brother.
Go easy, man.
Oh, good night, Michael Dunn. He says he's out. Thanks for all the prayers. Yeah, buddy, we pray you get back to healed and feeling good too, buddy. So awesome. Well, does anybody else need to go or plug their channel? And if not, we'll get on to another topic.
No, I'm good.
Awesome.
You do.
And also at the bottom of the screen there, the banner, that's the VIPs. I want to thank each and every one of them. They're such a great group of people, the same as what's on the panel and on the side chat. Their donations for the membership for VIPs, that all those proceeds go to the giveaways. So every time anybody wins on my channel, it's being sponsored by these VIPs. And so they're making your day better. And I sure appreciate each and every one of them for doing that. And so, Bubba, you got something, brother? Okay, I just want to make sure. DJ, here a while back, you had talked to me, and then we never did actually get a chance to go over this, I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
You had said something about a few topics, and you said something from the past, something from the present, and something to pass on. Did we go over all those?
I don't believe we got a chance to do that one. Does anybody else remember better than I do?
I don't think we did either. And
Okay.
so I actually had split these up, but I'll just go ahead and show them here real quick. So when you had text me, you said, something from the past, something you have from the past. Excuse me, something you're working on in the present, and something that you want to pass on to the future. So do you want to start off with this and kind of lead us on this and what
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you were thinking? And like, I think this is cool. I really do.
Right. Well, like the one part of that that's the thread, the common thread through all of them is something you've learned. So learned in the past, or learning right now, and want to have others be able to learn from you and your works or what you've come to understand into the future. Doesn't have to be your family. It could be, the ideas can come from anywhere that you want them to go. And so, man, I didn't know we were ever going to get to this topic, so I can't remember the things that I had in mind for the time. So I'm totally freewheeling like everybody else. It's an impromptu kind of response. And I do want to be able to, from the past, something that I've taken that applies to an interest that most of us have that are gathered here tonight is firearm safety. I learned that through the Boy Scouts. I continue to support my local scout troop, and that's something that I was able to take from the past through their auspices and the hunter safety program that they helped to facilitate. That's how I get actually to this conversation here tonight. And that's also something that I completely support and really, really want people to encourage youth to participate in. And hunter safety is not something that requires you to be in Boy Scouts. Programs are available through other things, 4-H clubs and the like. So if you have a young person in your family or a neighbor or something like that, see if there's a program available in your local area. There should be. And not only did I learn those basic parts of safety and handling and everything else, I got to have a blast while I learned. And it was one of the first times that a male role model, other than my father, gave me praise and told me that what I was doing a good job at something that I didn't think I was doing all that well. I got praise for different things, but not for something like that. And it stuck with me. It totally stuck with me. So that's something from the past I'd like to bring. I hope that people are able to see from that past experience that it's a good thing to go about doing. My middle thing that I'm working on right now, kind of thing that I would like to be able to pass on or make remarks about, is doing more. I don't want to call it self-exploration, because if barbecue's out there, that's going to turn into bad words. But I do want to say that what I like to do now is I'm in my middle 50s now. So the times where I'm, looking past what my limitations are and thinking that it's the situation or the company that I keep that's holding me down kind of thing, it often is in my own head. And some of the, you mentioned that Brooke's program is on an hour earlier than the one that we're on right now. And that's one of those things in my present that has helped me to do that. I've been taking into consideration other people's ways of thinking about things and other people's expertise, and also the fact that I do not know everything. Oftentimes I think I do, and that well, it's true, and that I need to be humbled by that. And I also need to act with humility in front of those who do have those abilities. Even if it is something I'm skilled in, I need to acknowledge others and allow them the room to play, kind of thing. Don't shut people out just because I think I got the stuff that's going on right. What I want, the future kind of thing. And I know I've got a ragged line to get through this, but into the future, I really hope that what I have done in some small way helps somebody, and I know it has already, kind of thing. So this wish has already been granted, that people pursue their interest in music. You don't have to have a great voice. You don't have to play an instrument. You can hum, you can play the kazoo, and if you clap, that's percussion. So you have within you the ability to create music. And so contributing to music and the arts is something I really want people to recognize they're going to do in the future as well. That's kind of what I got, man. So as fast and loose as I was on that one, nobody else on the panel or in the text chat needs to think that they need to come up with like a be-all, end-all list of kind of things. It's just, something to think about, something to reflect on, something from the past, the present, and into the future. So who do you want to pass it to next, Hillbilly?
Whoever would like to go next would be fine.
I'll go next. I was told long ago by a great uncle of mine, be careful how you treat people be careful how you talk to people because later on they will remember it. And those words are very true to this day. Back in the day, I'd try to get along with everybody. I'm one of these. I talk too much. I like to get along with people.
Yeah.
And some of the people in high school, 2 or 3 grades above me, were just flat out mean. For no reason. You need to just shut the f up and go on. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, really? And I wasn't to the point of being annoying or nothing. They just didn't like me. And I'm like, okay. And to this day, when I see them in town or at the supermarket, and those people walk up to me and say, "Hey, Mark, how you doing?" I just look at them, shake my head, and keep going. I won't say a word to them, because to me, a leopard's spots do not change. And I've tried to impress upon my granddaughter uh, and my nieces and my nephew. I said, listen, people remember how you treat them. You know, even if they say something you don't agree with, just say, well, whatever, that's, your choice. I don't agree with it, but, have at it. And then change the subject, maybe go on to something different, but be good to people because people will remember it.
Oh yeah. Yep. Sure do. And so who'd like to go next? Bubba? All right.
All right,
Gotta
this one
take a
might get
deep
hard for
breath,
me
huh?
because I'm probably going to get pretty sentimental on this one, so it's probably going to be a little hard for me. Uh, First and foremost, something from the past that I learned has been everything to do with the scripture, and that was taught to me by my grandfather. He instilled that into me, and that's something from the past that I will always remember. Something for the present, and I've been learning this here a lot here lately, is do not believe that you are strong. You can believe that you have strength. Do not be overconfident in that strength. Never be overconfident in your strength. We are human. We have faults, and we need to understand that no matter how strong you think you are, there's always going to be something that can break you. Be prepared for it, endure it, and grow from it. Don't waste your time worrying about the fact that you weren't strong. Something I want to pass on to the future. Yeah. And it comes from the Bible too. Bible says, "Let not the sun go down on your anger." That's very important because can be taken in a lot of ways. But the one I want to express the most is don't stay angry at somebody. Don't don't let your stupid pride get in the way of reconciling with somebody because you don't know how much time you have with somebody.
Yeah.
You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Nothing is guaranteed to you. Nothing.
Exactly.
There is nothing
Says
in
that
this
in the
world
Bible
guaranteed.
too, buddy. Not every hour, every day is guaranteed.
So do not, and I'll repeat this, and I'll repeat this as many times as I have to. Do not let that sun go down on your wrath. Do not let that sun go down on your anger, because all it does is tear you up inside, and it does nothing for you. It
Yeah.
does nothing for you. It does everything against you. Don't ever, 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 ever let that sun go down on your wrath. Get right with people, even if you are 100% right in everything that you've said. Don't let it go down.
Yeah.
Don't. Just don't.
It's something that'll eat away with you, ain't it, brother? It will
It'll eat you.
definitely
It'll eat you
eat
to
away
pieces.
at you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get
No, you're
too
fine,
bad
brother.
into that, but
You're fine. You are totally. I mean, uh, I really appreciate you saying what you said because you know when you were talking about don't think that you're unbreakable. Um, we've all probably heard the comment, the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, that is the camel, like it can hold a lot, but there's one point somewhere, just the straw, the extra weight of one straw was enough to break the back. And so I agree, what you're saying. You know, uh, you're, you, each one of us as humans, there's a breaking point. And then when you don't have forgiveness, or like you said, don't let the sun go down that anger, um, I think there's a good reason the good Lord said that is because that's something that can just eat away at us and eat away at us and everything. And so I think what you said was really good, buddy. I thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No doubt. Thanks, Bubba. No doubt.
Yeah. And yeah, Thorzak's got a great point out there. Yeah, Bubba does have a great heart, no doubt about that. So, Gary, you got anything about this, buddy?
Well,
Something from the past?
I'm gonna do this in two parts. First off, I'm
All
gonna
right.
address your question with something that really does all three. I've been working. What I have from the past is my family history. As you know, I spent a lot of time on doing genealogy and stuff like that. So I've built up a great deal of information over the last 25 years. I'm constantly working at it, so it's something I have in the present. And as far as passing it on, that's why I'm doing it. So somebody could compile all this stuff and somebody else could pick up on it later and stuff like that. So really, it accomplishes all three.
Yeah, it does.
Now, just to address what everybody else was saying, which is funny because this was just on my mind last night. I don't know why, but sometimes you get in those reflective moods where your mind tends to wander and stuff like that. I get there
Mhm.
sometimes. And I got to dwelling on some things that happened to me in my past, I got picked on a little bit, well, a lot in the school because I was small and I was the smart kid in class and I couldn't fight back, so everybody liked to take advantage of me. And then, oh, in my 40 years of working, I had a lot of things done to me that I didn't think was right. I was blamed for some things that weren't my fault. I got passed over for some things I thought that I deserved and stuff like that. And the anger just got to building up, and building up like it tends to when you just repeat that stuff in your head over and over.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to go to bed at night, and the last thing I do before I get into bed is I say the Lord's Prayer, yeah, out loud, and I'm to the part where it says, "Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us." And at that point, it hit me: you gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. It's over. Because you aren't going to be forgiven for all the stupid things you've done if you can't forgive people for the stupid things they may or may not have done. So, right along with Bubba there, don't let that stuff eat you up in the head. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
And
Good stuff,
that's about the
buddy.
best advice I can give you. Go to the next day.
Yeah. That that dwelling on something and getting yourself upset about it, um it's not a good thing. It honestly isn't. And you know what I was kind of taught is like somebody might would like not say hi to you or say something. Maybe they meant to say something bad to you or whatever the case might be, and that gets you upset and it really bothers you. And it's something that you're going through in your mind and over, and the more you think about it, the more dwell on it, the madder you get. And when probably all reality, there's a possibility that that person said that thing and they're going on with their life. They're not even thinking of you. You know, they may they may have said it without thinking or done something to you without thinking. Maybe it was on purpose. But regardless, that person's going on with their life. And if you let it just keep eating you up and all that, you're the only person that you're hurting. Um, it's just you yourself that are you're tormenting with that. And so, with what's been said here tonight, yeah, I totally agree. You've got to just find forgiveness. It's not easy, by any means. Um, I mean, if it was, then everybody'd be doing it, and we wouldn't have any problems. you know, Excuse me, but yeah, that's something that everybody. Uh, I think we all probably need to work on. And now, for me, when DJ had told me about this, um, one of the things that I was thinking was uh, something from the past, something you're doing in the present, and something you want to pass on. Well, what entered my mind on this is, something from the present, um, or from the past. I'm sorry. That'd be, stuff I had learned, mistakes I'd made and figured out that I made a mistake. And, that's the best way, history is so important is because how do you keep from repeating the bad things in history? It's because you know them and you try not to repeat those because, more than likely they're going to have the same outcome. So things that I've learned in my past, good or bad, and what my parents and my grandparents have taught me. It could be anything from just a set of like moral perspective, um, having respect for people, working hard. It could be from gardening, uh, whatever the case might be, building, working on something, all those things that I had learned in the past. And that's one thing about growing up. You learn stuff and you're really not like realizing you're learning it. And does that make sense? You're like, oh, well, at the time I was like, I don't know that I'm actually learning this stuff, but it's something that's been given to you. And then in the present, I want to take like that stuff that I've learned, good and bad, and say, hey, to my family, my friends, my children, my grandchildren, you know, um, if I would happen to see one of my grandchildren going to touch a hot stove or something, you'd be like, don't touch that. trust me, I know because I did it in the past, and it hurts, and so, just all those things you collected, and then now in the present, you're trying to teach them, and then that also goes on into the future, anything that we've learned that we can pass on to, like I said, friends, family, children, grandchildren, whatever the case might be, hopefully, those experiences and that, knowledge of what to do and what not to do, um, hopefully that you can share that and it will touch somebody else. So maybe it can be repeated in the future, to help, you know, to help others. And so anyway, that's kind of where I was going on that one when you had sent me that those 3 topics there, DJ.
Right on, man. I'm glad we got to that one. I am. I'm glad we got to that one.
Finally. Well, good topics, man. Great. I enjoyed them. And so anyway, we're probably going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. So if anybody out in the side chat, if they got anything you'd like to plug, please throw it out there in the side chat and we'll put it up on the screen. And we'll just start down with you, DJ, and we'll work our way around the panel. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
I want to say that anybody who was here tonight was witness to some really cool things. We strayed off of some of the topics that we usually do. And so if you have somebody to share this out to, and we all know somebody who could listen to parts of this, any part of their day, share out this live. Share with them some of the ideas that you may have picked up on, something you never thought of before. Relate to them a story about a guy named Bubba who reminded you to not let the sun go down on your anger and to make peace with the people that you love and you care about. It needs to happen. So I just hope that everybody goes out and does that. And until I see everybody else again, be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. I'm out. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you so much, DJ. Guys, go and check out DJ's channel. He don't have a whole lot of content on there, but go over and support him anyhow, because for what he does for the 2A community and everything else is just priceless. He's, on some of these live streams, he's out there throwing links. He's, supporting so much. So show him some love and appreciate you, DJ.
Thanks.
Garage Guy, what you got coming up, brother?
Well, Bubba said it best. Don't let the sun set on your anger. I think that's something a lot of us are going to be saying here for a while, and something we're certainly going to remember. And Bubba, thank you for letting us know that. I appreciate that. I got 2 videos in the can right now. I got to do the first shots video of the Rumble package prize I won from Jamie here. Yeah. And also a new Ruger pistol, not the one I showed you with the big long barrel there the other night.
Yeah.
But a different one. I got to finish editing it. So hopefully by the end of this coming week, I'll have those 2 videos out. And other than that, tonight I'm going to have to turn some heat on here at the house because it's supposed to get down to about 40 tonight.
My goodness.
Yeah, but as always, I enjoyed y'all's company. It's always fun to be here. Really enjoyed all the comments over in the side chat. Want to send a shout out to Dave Thor's Axe. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off here because I got an early morning. And I hope to catch y'all soon. Always fun, my friends.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Garage Guy, for being here. Appreciate you, brother. And also say goodnight to Ron 2A Matters. Yeah, guys, go over and check out Garage Guy 879. Great channel. Always has great stuff on there. So go over there and show him some love and subscribe if you're not already. So appreciate you, brother.
One more question
Yeah.
for DJ. Brian Adams, did you check out those new 2 videos?
No, sir, I did not.
You need to do that. You need to do that.
I will. My bad, sir. My bad.
All right. Hey, catch y'all next time.
We'll see you, buddy.
All right.
Bye. So we'll jump on to Bubba, on up to Bubba if he's available.
I'm here.
Okay, awesome. Okay, buddy.
So I don't know if there's going to be any videos out anytime soon. I actually might do a longer video on what I said tonight, just because I feel that it's important for anybody that didn't see it to hear those words. I think it's important because it sure
Of course.
has been an eye opener for me for this week. As far as anything else is concerned, I don't think Hillbilly knows it yet, but Cooter does, so he's going to have to get in contact with Cooter. I'm going to be moving in with Hillbilly, sleeping in the barn, so he's not moving. And but no, seriously, I wanted to say this, and forgive me, I've been really sentimental tonight. I apologize, but
no, absolutely not. No apology for that is necessary, brother.
But I've been watching a bunch of Norm Macdonald stuff he did on Letterman and stuff before he died, and when Letterman lost his show to the idiot that took over for him. Norm Macdonald and David Letterman, if you don't know, they were actually really close friends. And David Letterman was the type of person who didn't like sentimental stuff. And Norm Macdonald said something on the very last show. He was the last person to be on the Letterman show. And he said this one phrase, and it's been sticking with me these past few days. And I want to say it out loud to everybody in the side chat and everybody who rewatches this and everybody that's been on the panel, past, present, and future. I'm not one for sentimental stuff all the time, but if it's the truth, it's not sentimental. I love you guys.
We love you too, brother. No doubt about it.
I really do. Yeah. And I'm a better person because I've met you all and had this relationship with you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let it not be said that I don't think that of you guys. I love you all dearly, and I appreciate all the fun times I've had and will continue to have with you guys. So that's it. I'm going to stop.
Awesome, brother. And talking about not letting that sun go down your anger, so it wouldn't upset you. You get over to somebody if you got a Glock in the mail or something.
I don't know about that.
That's unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Because then I'd have to go to the FFL, explain to my FFL, hey, yeah, so I gotta, Bubba, what did you do? I didn't do anything. Somebody else did it.
Well, buddy, we're all a better person by knowing you. And so that's a two-way street right there, brother. No doubt about that. And we appreciate you and your friendship. And so, yeah, awesome. Guys, go over to Bubba Triclops Ballistic. Check out his channel. A lot of great stuff on there. Show him some love. Subscribe if you're not already. And keep Bubba in your heart and your prayers, buddy. You know, everybody. And, he's on a rocky road barefooted right now. So I don't know how else a hillbilly could say it. But, you know, he's going through a little bit of times, times and trials and stuff. So our love's with you, brother, and our prayers. So anyway, go check him out. Gizzard, what would you like to plug tonight, brother?
Oh, real quick, let's see. on my channel, my Wednesday night members only chat, 8 o'clock p.m. Central, and then Foul Territory on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central. Also, want to give a shout out to the guy who's going to be doing a show later. I'm sure you'll probably talk about him, so I won't steal your thunder. So, anyway, thanks for having me.
Yes, guys, go over and check out Mr. Gizzard Gary and show him some love. Like I said, Foul Territory on Friday nights. Always a blast, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And check it out. Appreciate you being here, brother. Go there, subscribe, show him some love if you're not already. And yes, if you guys do not know, there's going to be something coming on later on tonight, and we have a public message here telling you about it. And we'll be right back after this public message.
I am gravely disappointed. Once again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
There has been too much violence, too much pain. But I have an honorable compromise. Just come join us. Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Sunday metric. Just join us, and there will be an end to the horror. Just join us.
And that right there is the DM Foss overnight mouse party or overnight party. And
Overnight.
yes, every other Saturday at 1 o'clock Central, and then on Wednesday nights. So go check him out. Always a lot of fun. And you got that right, Ozzy Foss rocks. Yes, he does, brother. And so
Rocks.
got it there. Man, thank you all so much for being here tonight. It's always such a pleasure being with y'all. I look forward to Guns Bearing Therapy every Saturday night. You all make my day. The panel, the side chat, VIP, or y'all just make my day, and it's the least I can do to kind of give back to you guys. And I want to say this again because tonight, somebody watching like, I thought this was supposed to be a gun channel. Nah, I kind of call it a gun channel, but that don't mean it's a gun channel. But Guns, Beer, and Therapy, there's 3 words in there. We talk about guns. We might drink a beer on here. And then therapy, we're not talking professional therapy. We're talking country therapy, just getting away from the everyday grinds and news and a lot of that stuff, just trying to come together as a community, friends, family, and just having a good time. And what I've enjoyed so much about this channel, the Guns Bearing Therapy, is even though we all are 2A community and love our Second Amendment and everything, we have so much in common, and that is just so awesome. Might be sports, it might be hot rods, music, bands. We just, we're just human beings, and we're all interconnected that way, and it's just so neat to see somebody's comment out there that oh yeah, I like this or that, and and you can relate with them. And so I appreciate y'all, because this would not be possible without each and every one of you. And I want to leave y'all with this. Remember, God, family, and country. Make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you again. I love you, Hillbilly Nation. Everybody say goodbye.